You're welcome to my channel, Mindset Academy, where we want to solve the problem that is displayed at the right hand side of the screen. Now, if you look at the figure closely, that is an isometric projection of a given figure. And the question that back up this question says that draw according to scale 1:1 all the third angle orthographic view of the isometric view illustrated in the figure below, right? And add hidden details where appropriate, add the correct projection symbol, add the line, add a title and a scale, add any extra dimension correctly, right? So when you hear the word orthographic projection, the first thing you have to do is for you to draw your orthographic axis. That is, you draw the vertical axis. Can you see that? And you draw the all infinite line, the horizontal axis. Can you see that? So this is where they are meeting. Now you now measure a distance of 10 millimeter away from the center, or you can use 5, whatever dimension of your choice. So from here, this is 10, this is 10. I'll come here also, I'll do the same thing too. This is 10, this is 10. Then I'll draw a line across this point to this and also this. And if I place it this way, I will do the same thing, vertical line across that point. This point also, another vertical line across the point. Hope you can see that. I will extend it more to go. So let's start. So we are looking at the elevation. So looking at it from this side, our arrow is pointing, right? Since no particular arrow was given, so we look from this side. So we look from this side, the entire length is given to be 70, right? So I'm going to measure my reference point. Since it's in third angle, my front elevation will be here. To be at this is first, second, and third quadrant. To be at the third quadrant. So from here 0 to 70. Hope you can see that. This is where it is. So now let's draw a vertical line downward. And let's draw a vertical line downward. On this point I marked. Then the height is given to be 50 also. So I'll measure 50 as my height also. So from 0 to 50. And I'll close it up, paint line. I can even and I'll just stick in this straight on. If they say 1:1 means use the same measurement as given, the same. It's the full size. Right? So 2:1 means twice full size. 1:1 means full size. 1:2 means half full size. So the thickness here is going to be 10. So I'm going to measure 10 millimeter from here. From 0 to be 10. It's 10 here. And just easily close it up. And also I'll close it up too. And also I'll close it up too. There's that thickness you're seeing there. My thickness, I'll just call it A. You don't have to do that. That's A, you can see on the screen. So the next one is that I'll get the center point of this figure. Very important. Let's get that first. How will I do that? Join the bottom corner to the top corner, and from here also bottom corner toward the top corner. So this is the center of the figure, half of 70, which is 35. That's what I'm trying to make you understand. So I'll just place it here to get my vertical line like this. So this is where it is. This is the center of the figure, but this is where I need here. So if you look at it very well, that shape that look like a cup, that look like a U shape up there. So we have there's a circle here that has a radius of what, 10. So I'm going to take my compass and I'll measure a circle with a radius of 10. And I'll place it here. Then I'm going to draw a circle this way. That's the radius of what? Of 10. Right? That is what? The radius of 10. So the next thing is another demarcation that we have there. It away from that radius of 10 is 10 millimeter each. So I'm going to measure 10 away from that point. So from this point here, remember that this is 10, right? I measure 10 from here. So I'll come here, I'll mark the 10. I'll also come to this point, I'll also mark the 10. Hope you can see that. I'll be seeing those points as a straight line. So I'll just draw a straight line from this point here, right? I'll just taking this from here, and I'll taking this from here. Hope you can see that. Then I'm going to draw it down to touch the other line. From here, I'm going to draw it down to come and touch here. And from here, I'll draw it down to come and touch here. Right? Then after that, we're looking from this side. Forget about there's nothing like you're not seeing all this side here. So now from that U shape, the length down is going to be what? 20. The depth is 20. So I'll just at this end here, I'll draw a line down. So at this end here, I also draw that line down. So I'll measure the depth of what? 20. So from 0 to 2 is 20. Right? So that is what we have. And this one is coming down. So I'll just close it up and I'll thicken it. And I'll also thicken here too. And I'll also thicken here too. Can you see that? So the next thing after you've done that, the next thing that you're looking at is we have what they call the web that is there. So we're going to see the web also. And the thickness is 10. So meaning that from this point, this middle line here, I'll measure 5 to the left and also 5 to the right. I'll now draw it down straight. So you'll be seeing that inclined line as a straight line when you come in terms of orthographic projection. Right? So this is A, this is B. As you can see, my arrow on the screen, this is B. That is B there. This is C. You've seen only this side. This is D. As you can see on the screen, see on this side. All this side here is what? E. This side you cannot see here is what? Is F. Right? So this is the inclined line here that you can see. So that is my elevation. My front elevation looking at the arrow that you can see on the screen. Right? Be seeing it from the front. So the next thing we're drawing is the end view, or will I say the end view? Yes. So I'll just come here, I'll project this way, and the end view has a thickness of also 50 or so. Alright, if you can see it, end view looking in from this side, so it has a length of what? 50. So I'm going to measure the length of 50 from the side. This is 50 here, right? And I can just thicken it straight ahead. And the height is the same height as that, so I can easily complete it this way to just end at this point. So if you look at it closely, you will see this inclined line as a straight line that has a thickness of 10. So also I will just draw a straight line also. That's what we can see from this point, meaning that there's a line here that is thickened also, right? And if you see the inclined line as a straight line also, I will also thicken this. Then here also I'll thicken this. Can you see that? Now the next thing I'll be having here will be all these points you're seeing here. I'll just project this way, and I'll project this way, and this is what we have. So the length here that we're given here is 20, as you can see. After the 10, another 20. So before the 10, this inclined line here, inclined point here is 10. So I'll measure 10, 0 to 10. And I'm going to take it up to the final point. And I will close it. I will now measure a distance of 20 that you can see from here. Which I will just stick in all through. Hope you can see that. And I'll bring it down this way. And I'm going to close it up this way. Can you see that? So after doing that, right, then this part here, you cannot see it when you're looking at it from this side. So it will be represented as an hidden line throughout. So from here, I'll use hidden line like this because you cannot see that part. Right, this cup shape, you cannot see it looking from that side. Then the web, this web you see here is coming from this point and it's going straight down here. Then what else do we have here? And that is what we have at that point. So that is the end view looking from this side. Then the next thing that we're about to do here is to draw the plan. So when you are drawing the plan, you just come to the end elevation here, where all the middle point here, and you draw an angle of what, 45 degrees. And you now project each of those edges. When this one touch this, and you come here also, you project this too, and this one touch this. So where both of them meet will be the thickness of my plan, which I am going to thicken. Thicken everything round, because the plan, you will see everything round. This way, looking it from the top. So if I start projecting this point, look at this now. If I project this edge, I also project this edge. I also project this edge. I also project this edge. Alright? And if I project this edge here, it means that this you're seeing is going to end at these 2 points here. And I'll be using the straight line to show you that. Are we together? I'm using the straight line to show you that. So let's do that first of all. And let's all bring this out first. It is coming from here. So all this you're seeing will end here. So this will be taken to this point, the inclined line, and to this point. So meaning that this part you're seeing here, let me call it P. Let me call it Q. That is the Q you're seeing. This is arrow that you're seeing. Then that main figure is X. The hidden line, let me call it T altogether. So the P you're seeing here is this two inclined line. And that two inclined line will have there is given to be, let's just call it W and V. So I will just do the needful and project. If you look at the diagram very well, you see that it is running from, it is covering everything. So you don't have to, it's coming from here straight down to touch here, and also coming from here straight down to touch here, and also coming from here straight down to touch here, also coming from here straight down to touch here. We're seeing the curve as a straight line. So I'll close all this point here. We're seeing the curve, that is this you're seeing, looking from the top, you're seeing it as a straight line, right? So this is still, I can still call here to be number 1, which is what you're seeing, number 2, what you're seeing, number 3, you're seeing, then this is V and this is W, looking at from the top, right? Then the last but not the least, this particular guy that we have here, I put it up, and I have it here, I put it up. So from here will be ticking, and here also be what ticking. So I'll call here that's my 0.5. Can you see that? Looking at it from the top. So this is what we have here, and if you do your dimensioning, you don't have to put your letter the way I'm putting it in. So do your dimensioning. As you can see, the length, you want to measure them for you. And this is what you're asked to do. This is in third angle projection, right? So if you have found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and also share the video. Thanks for watching.